Gemini or Gemini cross watchers. Today I am going to be doing a love reading, and it's going to be a little bit different from the ones that I've done in the past, just in the format of it, but yeah. Alright, so first card I'm going to pull is how your person is feeling towards you. So it looks like your person is feeling kind of stuck in this situation, and they're kind of going through a sort of introspective process in terms of this situation. Almost like they have a decision to make. What I see in this situation is they're kind of like, something may have happened, like you guys got in a fight, or you haven't been in contact recently, or there has been some distance between you, and this person kind of wants to go one way and do one thing with this, but they're kind of still stuck in the way that they used to treat this situation, this way that they used to act in this situation, or they're stuck in some kind of silent period with you. So it's like they're waiting, basically. They feel kind of stuck, but they're waiting to tell you something, to make a decision about this, to change the course of things. They're kind of just, in regards to the situation, they feel like it may be kind of stagnant, or they're waiting, just waiting for things to pass by. And but at the same time, they don't, at this present moment, they're still thinking about this situation. They're still in this situation, at least mentally. And so it's not necessarily that they want to leave this situation, it's just they want things to take a different direction, perhaps. So how you feel about this situation is you feel like you either feel like it may be over, you may be thinking about how this situation is going to end, or if it has in some form already ended. It looks like you're thinking about how it will end. For some reason you're thinking about the end of this situation. Either that, or you want to put an end to the same thing that this person does and have a sort of new beginning with this. You can, it looks like you're kind of feeling relatively the same way, in the sense that you think it's stagnant, or you think that where your relationship or situation is at currently is not satisfying to you. You don't feel satiated within this, or you guys may have had a fight or something of that sort, or haven't been talking much, so you feel like this situation is over. You could want to move on to something else in your life, or have a new beginning with this person, but either way, you're kind of in a state of thinking about whatever ending is happening within this situation, or an ending that has happened. So the current energies of this card is the World. So there could be some distance between you and your person, and it could be that both of you guys are kind of mingling and meeting a lot of new people. Could be just one of you guys is meeting a lot of new people. My cat's right here. Hey May, say hi. I don't think you can see him. It could be one of you guys is meeting a lot of new people, or both of you guys are meeting a lot of new people, or one of you guys is traveling a lot, both of you are traveling a lot, you want to go on some sort of trip together, or there's just general distance between you guys. Could be all of the above. The current energies also could be that what I see for some people is that you're kind of seeking other things. So, oh my gosh, my cat is pulling on the camera. I am so sorry, Geminis, if it's wobbly. Any disturbances, it's the cats, okay? Just, I won't say anything else. So, you both kind of feel like this situation is either over or not where you want it to be, and it looks like you're both kind of putting your attention elsewhere. Looks like you're putting your attention to outside things, outside influences. So yeah, it looks like in your head you guys are both kind of focused on some sort of ending, some sort of stagnation within this, but between you two or just within your guys' individual lives, you're focused on other things, even though it's on your mind. You're moving towards other places in your life. One of you guys could be moving in general, or it could just be that one of you needs to travel. So I'm going to say now, what are the blockages in this situation? So what could be hindering you and this person from having the relationship be where you want it to be at? So I think what the blockages in this is that someone in this situation, either one person or both of you, is very closed off with their feelings. You may express things with like words of love, things like that, but one of you has a need to express your feelings to the other and doesn't. It could be both of you kind of hold back when expressing towards each other, like you're not constantly lovey-dovey towards each other, you're not constantly like, just expressing your admiration for each other or expressing your feelings for each other. So it could be both of you guys are holding back on your feelings, not expressing them to each other, and then both of you are confused on where you stand, or one person is doing that, and then it makes the relationship feel kind of confused because it's like maybe you can tell that this person has some feelings that they're not sharing with you, or something of that sort, but they're just not communicating it to you, and that could be causing, or you're not communicating it to them. So it just, like I said, it causes some confusion, but it does definitely look like both of you guys have a lot of feelings for each other and love in this situation, but it's just more of a held back sort of situation. So that's what's kind of blocking you guys from advancing or moving towards a place where you want to be in this relationship, where it feels healthy, where it feels like you guys are communicating properly. Because if someone's not expressing their feelings, if you're not expressing your feelings, if you both aren't expressing your feelings, how is the other person in this situation supposed to know what's going on, what steps to take, and where you stand in the relationship? So that's what I see as blockages. That's not to say there's a lack of emotion. That's not to say there's a lack of feelings. It's just a lack of expression of the feelings. And someone is kind of taking on this energy of, well, the other person can come to me. Or both of you guys are just thinking, the other person can come to me if they want to talk. You know what I mean? So, like, someone just wants to be on the receiving end. And it could be some sort of issue with being vulnerable, something like that, where they don't want to show you yet exactly how they're feeling and where they actually stand with this. So, the current, I keep forgetting how I did this, but I think it's the current communication in this. So it looks like you guys could be communicating about finances, if at all. If you've talked at all, you talk about money, you talk about work. Maybe you've had a brief conversation. Perhaps you guys work together. So you guys talk about your job, you talk about the office. And it looks like when you guys talk about work and you talk about things money-oriented, the conversation is very alive. Like, that's what keeps your conversations or your communication lively. Like, that's what you both get excited to talk about, which a lot of people might not be excited to talk about work, but what I see is that you guys both love talking about work with each other or expressing where you're at in your finances to each other. You love to communicate about that. And you guys also could have had recent conversations about financial stability, or just stability in this relationship with each other. So yeah, you could have had some conversations about wanting to have a solid foundation in this relationship, wanting to have stability in this relationship or connection, and it could have been a very like heated discussion in regards to that. So if you guys are not currently in communication, I am going to pull a card as to why, what's going on with that, what's going on with them, what's going on with you. If you guys, so this is for the specific group of people who aren't talking to their person, who aren't in communication with their person. So it looks like you guys, even though if you're not in communication with this person, what I see is that if you think that they're with someone else, or you think they have feelings for someone else, it looks like they don't. There isn't a third party. So if you guys aren't communicating because you, one of you guys thought that someone had someone else, that's not the case. So if you're worried about that, there's no other third party, or if there's someone that this person is around or that you're around, your emotions and your mind are still focused or centered on this person in regards to love and romance. So it could also be that you guys aren't talking because, you know, in some situations, some people like to leave them or leave the situation when it gets serious, when things get, because obviously there's like the beginning of things where it's not always going to be, where it's usually like more upbeat, more exciting, but sometimes you get at a point in connections where you're used to the other person. And so someone could see this as lacking the fun or excitement that they want from a connection, which you'll, for the most part, you only get in the beginning. And obviously you should still be excited to see this person, even if it's not something that's like new. That's just my opinion. But that was rude to some people, I think. If you're one of those people who like, oh, this isn't funny anymore, I'm done. Or like, I'm too comfortable with this person, and so you just stop caring. I don't think you can really help that, or I don't think this person can really help that that's how they get about things. But anyways, someone could feel like there's a lack of fun in this situation. Or a lack of, like, someone wants to go party. Plain blank, period, basically. Like, someone wants more excitement, wants more fun. Yeah, could be you or this person. Or it's just like either that, or this is one other situation, or yours could be all of this, all of these examples of what I'm seeing here, but it also could be that you haven't been with this person for a while. So like you're not in communication, but you also haven't seen each other, which will make sense if you're not in communication, but it's like you haven't been able to see each other, maybe it's because you guys were like talking about work and stuff like that, maybe it's because of a work situation, but you haven't been able to reunite with each other. So both ends could be kind of frustrated in that situation, to where they feel like, you know, I haven't seen this person, and even if you care about them, you can't just be focusing on someone who, for whatever reason, you haven't seen in so long, or you're not going to see soon, because then it's just all in your head. You know, where is that in the 3D world? Okay, so this is how this person sees you. So they see you as, and I hope this doesn't hurt your feelings, they feel like what I get from this situation is that this person met you, and when they first started talking to you, and they first started hanging out with you, they thought you were someone completely different almost. They thought of you as something else. I don't know if you're the type of person to like put up a facade when you're first getting to know people, and obviously like once you're more comfortable with people, you're gonna behave differently around them. Like you're not just gonna meet someone, be comfortable, and be fully yourself always, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have a little bit of a pretense or a little bit of walls built up, so you're gonna behave different just because you're not comfortable with the person, you don't know them yet. But like they had like some kind of thing where they're just like, you are not who I thought you were at all. And that could just be for a very specific group of people. And with that, they felt burdened and confused about this situation. They're like, who are you, basically? So if you kind of felt some kind of transition where once you got more comfortable with this person, or once you revealed a different side to you and they kind of pulled back, that could be why, because they weren't looking to see whatever they saw in you at first. They wanted that to be the extent of what you are, of who you are, if that makes sense. And once they saw this other side, they couldn't handle that or make sense of how people are dynamic. They couldn't make sense of your different dimensions and how you could still be the person that you presented to them at first and this person that you showed them later. They couldn't figure out how to put those two people, which is one person, together in an image in their head. That was for a very specific group of people. It could also be that this person sees you as a bit of a burden, perhaps emotionally, or they feel like they got hurt by you, and they feel like this is such a rude card for them to how they see you. I am so sorry, Geminis, but they just see you as someone who is like I said, they still have feelings for you and all this, but it's just like they're kind of confused on how you could be. They're just confused on how they view you, basically. And their perception of you is kind of a mess. Like, it could be one day they see you as this like perfect person and this ideal, you know how people like romanticize or idealize other people, have this image of them in their head, and it's not, and obviously no one can meet that standard of perfection or whatever, so when you do anything that's outside of that, this person is like, whoa, like, what's this, you know what I mean? But like, you can't be perfect. Or some people can be, I don't know, but it's just like, you're not going to be this like whatever standard or whatever romanticized version of you this person has in their head. Whenever you express another side of you, whenever you're not meeting that standard, this person is very put off by it. And honestly, if this is your situation, like, don't take this personally. I think that this person must have some sort of mask themselves, to where they feel like they can't ever take their mask off, they can't ever show the sides of themselves that might not be as acceptable, that might not be as just like generally accepted from people, or that might not be as pretty, or that might not be as this or that, you know, whatever people tell you should be, and they hide that really far away from everyone else. So if they see someone else expressing a side of them that's more genuine, that's more from their internal world, and they're put off by it because they locked that away, and there's some sort of like sadness behind that. I don't know where that came from, but yeah. They also just feel like the situation in this situation have reached a point of no return somehow. This is a sad reading. Have reached some point of like whatever you felt for them, maybe this is it too. Like, they feel like however you felt from them in the beginning, or maybe you saw this side of them, I feel like, but like they feel like you are disgusted by them, or you, so like I said, it could be from their end where they showed this to you and they feel like you can't have the same feelings for them that you did before. And they feel like you won't be as nice to them as you did before. I'm not going to take that card because I didn't pull from the middle. So this is how you see this person. Well, I guess that one is actually good for this situation, but it's okay. So this is how you see this person. I feel like you see this person as someone, either recently they revealed some secret to you, and when you think of them, you kind of just think about this secret that they told you, that was revealed to you, or you feel like you can't, how you see them, you don't see them as trustworthy, basically. Like, you see them as someone that you can't really confide in. You see them as someone that you can't open up to. Like, this person is kind of very guarded, and it feels like they have a lot that they keep to themselves, and this is how you see them. And you don't think, you're at a point where you don't think you will ever be able to get them to open up and to express whatever kind of secret they have. You don't think you'll ever get them to a point where you feel like they're truly, so yeah, I mean, I don't think you feel like they're never going to get to a point with you to where you'll see their true self. Like I said, I think this person, I'm just getting this message that this person really, you know, everyone has a mask, I think, but like some people have one such a heavy mask that they refuse to take it off. They refuse to show it anyone, or even sometimes their self, some sides of them, they deny some parts of them as human beings. Whether it be their shadow side, whether it be their emotional side, they deny some part of themselves, and that's why they can't express it to other people or show it to other people, because they don't even really fully let themselves see that side, if that makes sense. What a dark reading. It's okay though, like, you know, I really see this situation as, it could be any of the signs here really, but I feel like this situation, there's not too many major arcana, but I feel like this situation is really something, oh gosh, I have to close my door, 1 sec. I feel like this situation is really something that is going to teach you a lot of lessons about yourself and about other people. So even though this situation may seem kind of dark, or it could be very emotionally strenuous on you or this other person, I see it as a lot of lessons for you guys. So just be sure to not get too wrapped up in the situation or this person, and acknowledge the lessons that you're meant to learn from this if there is no future for this. So I'm going to pull, sorry if you hear music, my mom just got home. So I'm going to pull a card for the potential energies for the future. So there is growth possible in the future, or both of you guys are just going to focus on your finances, and it could feel like in the future the energies will be like, there is more fruit to bear in this situation, if you will. There is more to be gained from this situation, but it looks like in the future you could just leave it as something that could have been more, could have grown, but it just stayed where it was at. It just stayed at the growth that it was at, and you couldn't ever get past a certain point. Either that, or you will have this growth with this person, and you will bear this fruit with this person, whatever that may mean to you, wherever you want this situation to be. You could grow past these blockages and these issues with this person, I see. So for some people, you will grow past this with this person, especially if there's open communication. You guys are definitely going to have to work on it, but you could grow past this and get to a place where you guys are both happy with what's going on. Either that, or there will just be potential left in this situation, but it's just going to stay there. So I'm going to pull a romance card for you. So I'm going to pull a romance card for this situation. So, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So it could just be that, it could be because I think in this situation, it could feel like unrequited love because someone doesn't express their love to the other person. Or it could be one person is just a lot more heavily invested into this situation than the other person is. And that could be kind of what is hindering this relationship. Like I said, you guys could be kind of just too serious with each other, and there's a lack of a sense of, fun or excitement in this situation, so it's kind of like a dry situation at this point. This isn't to say that there's no hope in the future. This person could express themselves to you more than they have in the past, and that could help things, but presently, if they're not expressing themselves, how are you supposed to know how they feel about you or if they love you? Or same goes to you. If you're not expressing yourself, how are they supposed to know? And of course, it will feel like whatever they're feeling or expressing is unrequited if it's not being expressed on the other side. So, I'm also going to pull an Angels of Atlantis card for you. And I like to read this from the book. This is just general. This could be a message to you that you just need to hear in general, or this could be something that could help you with the situation, like some kind of advice. So, faith. So this could be that you just need to have faith that, or like have some sort of faith that either within this person, like someone isn't faithful in the situation, or it just needs to be that you need to have faith that this situation is working out to your greatest good to teach you these lessons, and have faith that it will work out however it's supposed to. So I'm going to read this. Faith wishes to be present at this time of your life, and Raziel similarly desires to help you. Make a sacred call to this archangel as you make your leap of faith when courage is needed to flee from all that is familiar. As you embark on your new adventure, the subtle vapors of the universal mysteries will support you. Ask yourself, what is it that needs releasing from my life? If you hang on to a thought, feeling, or situation that needs releasing, it will only worsen. Let go and let God in. Chant the sacred syllable Om to bring in the divine. So if you are investing too much in this situation or ruminating on this situation too much, that's only going to bring you further negativity into your life. If there was a negative situation that you went through. So yeah, it's just important to have faith in what's around you, and don't worry too much about this. So, thank you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I hope you enjoy your day or night.